Well, this is a tournament after all, and things shift and change. And the Russians served notice, or did they? See, Matt Murray gets hurt, and this is one of those things that goalies do. 4 goals and 4 shots after that. So the Russians win, the North Americans lose, and now there's finally something in this tournament that makes it look like there might be some parity. But you have to wonder if when he got hurt, if he had come over to the bench and said, look, hurt my hand, and John Gibson had gone in, would they have lost the game? Because they came back and made it a 1-goal game. So, and of course, the other big sticking point, if you're a Florida Panthers fan tonight, you probably don't care very much about how this well-meaning gimmick team is doing. Aaron Ekblad's out. His concussion. And as they stated in the postgame, he had a concussion last year. And it gets easier with each successive concussion for the concussion to be as severe and then to cause you to miss more time. So again, as I stated before the tournament started, I hope nobody would get hurt and it wouldn't affect any team's season. Well, as a Dallas Stars fan, it's already affected my view of the season. And now if you're a Florida fan, losing Ekblad just sucks. That takes that entire blue line and throws it into question because he is that good. He is capable of being a Norris Trophy winning defenseman, and he was ready to start on that as early as probably not this season, probably next season. This year was about setting the groundwork. I know even before Nick Lidstrom became the Norris winner, he had to be a solid defenseman for years before he was considered worthy of that title. For whatever reason, the Norris Trophy seems to be as much to do with reputation as anything else. I guess the Vezina kind of has that going for it as well, where you have a certain goaltender or goaltenders that get votes every year, and it's based on reputation as much as anything else with some of them. No, I think this tournament has been fun to watch, but man, when you see something happen like what happened with Ekblad tonight, again, and I'm a hockey fan, and I want to see this. I want to see this unfold. I want to see what happens, but still, this is going to be interesting to see how Team North America responds, and then interesting to see what happens from here with Florida. So, I mean, the NHL season's always in the background in the back of my mind during these games and this kind of a tournament. Solid hit, hurt the kid, and it is scary to see when somebody is as young as this and they're getting concussions like this because they can add up fast. So, anyways, I know personally I've had this out, and I've been outspoken about it. I've had this concern in the back of my mind since this tournament and the rosters and everything were announced, and it's like, oh man, it has the feel of a cash grab. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Russians from here too. I mean, the Russians definitely got some help from Matt Murray uh, being hurt, and they took full advantage. They scored in the next 4 shots, but what happens? What happens with the Russians from here? Because when you get an opening like that and you take it, and can they can they continue it? So I guess the one team they have left to play is Finland. They can beat the Finns, but it definitely as well it magnifies the Russian meltdown they had against Sweden yesterday. I mean, if the Russians had just been a little better and able to eke out a win there, then right now they're home and cold with a 2-0 record. But that's the thing, and that's the nature of a short tournament like this. Just it's so easy for things to turn on the head of a dime here, or turn on a dime here. Anyways, uh, that's about it. That's about all I got for tonight with this game. And if you're a Leafs fan, you got to be happy with what you saw from both sides, Ev on one side and Riley on the other. And if you're a Leaf fan, you're hoping neither of them get hurt after you see what happened with Ekblad. It is a hard-hitting tournament. The big difference between this and an All-Star game is that All-Star games are no hitters. When you're playing for your country, there's hitting. There's a lot of intense emotion that gets involved, which is unlike an All-Star game where guys are basically out playing shinny and, it's let's not get hurt. This tournament, guys aren't thinking that. They should be, but they're not, clearly. And if you're a Penguins fan, what if Matt Murray's? I mean, if Matt Murray's finger, and that's really all it takes is if it's block, it doesn't matter if it's blocker or glove side. If a goalie's hand isn't 100%, and if teams know, hey, just shoot on that side, he can't play. So this could be just something minor, and this is the kind of thing that can become a nagging injury. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyways, that's it from me for tonight. I hope you are all enjoying the tournament. If, as I said before, if you're a Florida fan, odds are you aren't right now. But we'll see what happens with tomorrow's games. Obviously, Canada, USA. I am very on board to see what happens there. I will be very interested to see what happens between those two teams. But for now, I am done for today.